I sincerely appreciate, after talking for as many hours as you did, you saving a few thoughts for us here. The fit that you like best between the team that selected him and where that player landed tonight was what?
The fit. I would probably say the pick I liked best was probably the 14th pick, where Michael Porter Jr. was drafted by Denver, because he's a top 3 talent that dropped down there in large measure because of the issues with his medical and his back. But if you've got a chance to grab him, which Denver did, I think they got at the end of a lottery a guy who could be an absolute steal. Now, that could reverse itself if his back turns out to be a big problem. He winds up not playing. If he turns out to be a Greg Oden type that never plays, then we won't be talking about how talented he was and what a great pick this was. But I think the other team that did really well was, aside from Atlanta and Phoenix, both did really well with the number of players and the quality of player. But I liked what the Clippers did, going kind of back-to-back, getting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and then of Kentucky, and then Jerome Robinson of Boston College, because Robinson's one of the most complete offensive players in the draft. And I think one of the more undervalued plays, probably undervalued by me too. I had him in the 20s, and then he goes 13. But
yep.
he's really talented and can really score, and I think he's going to play in the league for a long time.
I want to just close with your thoughts on Trae Young. He'll be linked forever to Doncic because they were traded for one another, and we saw last year he explodes onto the scene, and then we certainly gave him quite a bit of attention, and that's a lot of pressure on a young man's shoulders to shoulder. How do you think he'll handle this transitioning, Jay, to the next level?
I think he's going to do very well, Scotty. I mean, you identified it with Tim Legler there, how the game's changed. And, we keep talking about how the game's changed, and you just talked about, all the threes that are being shot. Well, this guy can absolutely shoot it. And in a game where you can't clutch and grab like you used to be able to in the day, and bully people, a smaller guard that has the jets that he has and is crafty with the ball and can get up and down the court in transition and can shoot it from any logo on the court, I think he's going to do really well. I think the only concern for Trae Young is his frame and what's going to happen to him on the defensive end. It's a little harder to hide a smaller guard defensively, and frankly, they're going to have to hide him a little bit, because he doesn't, unless he decided he didn't feel like guarding anybody last year, he doesn't defend particularly well, and that's something that's going to have to change. He's going to have to get a lot stronger in order to not be bullied on the defensive end and have other teams target him and go after him.
Yeah, that's the biggest question I have about a number of these guys is, who are you going to guard? But I suppose they're young, and if we're patient, we'll get the answers to those questions. It's late, Jay, but where you are, it's still early. So find something good to do with the rest of this night. I appreciate your time, and we'll talk again soon.
I'm going to be face down in the gutter in about a half hour.
Well, I know you have the GPS to that because of some of the folks you've worked with in the past, and you know who I'm talking about. Be good, brother, all right?
See you, buddy.
All right, man.